after a long gap, we have returned this little corner of the internet where we, every Monday except for when we take a month off, tell lies of a fanciful variety and lies of a variety that we hope you'll enjoy as we play storytelling and role-playing games. Usually little ones that you might not have heard of, indie creators. And every week there are the same three people who are playing those games. And it's the three of us that you see right here. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Anthony. I am, in one of my parallel lives, a children's author. I write books for kids. I love telling stories, and I really like telling stories in this context here, where our stories are, well, they feel like they're ephemeral and disappear into the air, but in fact they are recorded and stored on the internet forever. But it's a good feeling. And I am joined by Kurt.
Hi, folks. My name is Kurt. I love role-playing games. That's why I play role-playing games and make role-playing games. And I'm here every Monday with my two darling friends. In my spare time, I write poetry and cook vegetables and make spreadsheets for professional and pleasure. But we're joined by a third member of our trio, as we always are. Who the heck are you? What direction do I look now?
Yeah, you got
That
it.
way.
Hello. I think well down this way. Hello. Hello. My name is Amanda. I am a YouTuber, cosplayer, streamer, nerd, nerd. And I love playing RPGs. Little known fact, we do it over here. So some of y'all that are over on my stuff might not know about it. You might be new to me doing this, but we do this every Monday over here, and it is pretty freaking fabulous because we always get to play something different. I love telling stories with these two because I just never know where we're gonna go, and then every time I am surprised that our story is somehow like one of the best stories I've ever been a part of or told. And it's like every time it's consistent. We also play a lot of really amazing games that just inspire me to want to be creative in general. So, yeah, this is a great space, and I'm excited for today's game.
And that's as good a segue as we'll ever get. So today we're going to be playing a game I'm quite excited to play because it is sort of specifically for three players. You could play it with more if you're feeling like doing a little bit of fancy footwork, but like this is perhaps what peak performance looks like. Maybe Grant will watch this in the future and say,
Disagree.
yeah, actually, I prefer it at five, which is what Grant sounds like, I assume.
Three players, but not those three.
Three-
Not these three.
Not these
Put
three.
these three away. The game that we're
It's
playing
possible.
today is called Under the Autumn Strangely. It is inspired by Over the Garden Wall, which is a beloved animated series, short-run animated series, probably only like 100 minutes sum total, honestly. It's a pretty bite-sized piece about sort of a surrealist, agrarian, alternative Americana.
Mm-hmm.
Very much draws on sort of folk horror, but also is kind of cute sometimes. It's a very specific vibe. I will read out the little intro on our, I guess, first proper page of the rulebook here. Here and there, gone in the hazy echoes of antiquity, sits a land scarcely glimpsed, an uncanny hinterland named the Never Was, in which unremembered whispers are shown to passengers lost through the wilds beyond.
Mm.
In this game, we are going to take on three roles. See how that
Mm.
lines up. One of us will be playing as the traveler who is sort of lost in this space. One of us is going to be playing as the Arcadian, who is the closest thing to, I guess, a traditional game master. You'll play NPCs. You'll sort of pepper descriptions of autumnal melancholy. You'll portray characters that live in the never was, strange, not necessarily dangerous. And then there's the terror, a creeping shiver in the back of every interaction that isn't quite right, something that lurks behind the never was, the feeling that something is deeply wrong. This might be a literal entity, or it might be something a little more abstract than that. We are going to play our roles over a series of scenes, and when we are done all of our scenes, we are done our story. Wow, wow, good job, very cool. So, as almost always, we have a spreadsheet for this purpose exactly. I am going to ask that you two would open it. That is what I will ask of you.
You have asked, and I have answered.
In fact,
I have
I
it
knew
open.
that they already had it open, folks, because I can
Yes.
see their little initials in the top right-hand corner. And when I have two A's, everything's going well.
Everything is good.
So, before we begin, I believe we are going to have to choose the tricky question of who shall be which role.
Okay, that's the first
Who
thing to
shall be
decide.
which role?
Who shall be which role?
The
What are
Traveler.
so
Okay.
the Traveler, the Arcadian, the Terror.
Sorry, I'm a little. I wasn't paying enough attention. What's the difference between the Arcadian and the Terror? Arcadian.
The Arcadian is the the
world?
non-playable character, the world, the
Mm.
NPCs that mean well, the usually,
The
not
Terror is the
always,
ominous thing that's on
ominous,
the edge of
freaky
everything.
stuff. Now, I haven't gone too deep into like how these roles interact, but it's actually pretty neat. Each role can only contradict one other role.
Right.
Sort of a no, that's not how it happened, but
Ah,
and you can yes and the opposite role. So there's an interesting kind of interplay between the roles as they exist. And we
that's
will explore
cool.
that as we go through sort of the creation, I suppose, of our roles.
Okay, okay. So we have to decide which one of us is most the plucky hero who's diving into the unknown. Which one of us is
Who's the most
most.
plucky of these
Oh,
heroes?
Uh-huh.
the pluckiest.
Exactly, exactly. Who is full of texture and will create a world, and who is a creepy, creepy slime fest?
Who among us is the most creep?
Let's vote on that. Who's
Oh,
most creepy among? Actually, let's not. I think I lose.
which of us who's the most creepy? Yeah, I'm curious to see if chat has any input on most creepy one at the table. Chat, what do you think? Do you guys
This
have
is
any insight?
bullying.
This is bullying.
You're
We're
assuming, Kurt,
voluntarily asking
there's gonna be
for
you.
to be bullied, but it might not be. It could be me. I could be the creepiest. Rapala
Rapala,
says, "Is it me?"
it is you.
In the
Sorry,
stream?
sorry, Rapala.
Everyone in chat's just picking themselves, I think. Our chat's too nice. They don't want to call us creepy. They're like, I'd rather
Oh,
call myself
we
the
gotta vote for
creepiest one.
Amanda.
I'm gonna say Amanda. Okay, there you go. See, maybe I'm the
Dang.
creepy one.
Who's to say? I didn't
Um,
say it was bullying me.
I say Vamp.
Wow, creepiest one officially Amanda.
Maybe I'm the creepiest one. I feel like that could be true, actually. I might be the creepiest one. She's a vampire. It's true. That's why they call me VampX13 because I'm a vampire. So maybe I will be the terror today. I think I'm the most attracted to the terror or the traveler, personally.
Nice.
Okay, great.
Does
Anthony,
anyone have
anything call
preferences?
out to you?
I like the Arcadian or the Terror. I think is what I'm most excited about.
Okay, cool. So I guess one of you should be,
One of those.
yeah.
One of you
Uh,
should be one of those. Do you have
Amanda,
any? Yeah.
Why don't you take Traveler? Anthony, you can take Terror. I'll take Arcadian.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
Because it'll be too creepy if I'm the terror. Is
Yeah,
that
we
what you're
don't want to
saying?
really
Because
freak
I'm the
people out.
creepiest one? All right. I don't really.
Who's to say? Probably
Who's
will
to
be too
say?
spooky. I've got a little weak baby stomach, and Amanda, the second Amanda's like, and it has teeth. I'll go blah and just throw up on
Ah!
everything.
Yeah, that's
And we
fair.
don't want that on YouTube. We'll be banned for
Demonetized.
bodily
Yeah.
fluids.
Yeah. Well, actually, I said demonetized, but I'm like, we're not monetized yet on YouTube. So we'll be banned from being monetized. I don't know what they could really do to us. Remove our channel, I guess. Channel erased.
Channel deleted.
Deleted.
We will be removed from
Deleted.
this world. Google will send its agents and scrub
Oh my
us.
goodness.
Well, they can set like
Scrub
a
us?
level. They can set you have to be like of a certain mature age to watch something. Maybe they just set it really, really high.
Yeah.
Like you have to be
They could
200.
age restrict us. Yeah, 200 or older.
That'd
That's
be
it.
awesome.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That'd
And
be
then with
great.
the new policy, people would have to put their ID to like prove that they're
That they're
of that
200.
age. So yeah, so that's challenging because most beings that are that age, you're changing up your ID all the time so you can blend in. So their ID
You don't
probably
want
won't
that
even
out there.
corroborate. You don't want that out there. Yeah, the amount of times I've accidentally put that out there and then pitchforks start coming down the road, it's like, man,
Tale as old as time.
ugh.
Gotta watch it.
It would be so
Okay.
sick to have a YouTube channel only for 80-year-old pluses, like only
I like that.
seniors. That'd be awesome.
Only the
Secret
most
club.
senior, please.
Maximum senior engaged.
We're just
So
centenarians.
now that we have decided, so I'm the traveler, Anthony's the terror, so then you're the Arcadian, Kurt.
Indeed.
I see you're filling in the sheet.
Oh, just a wee bit. Just filling in some names and pronouns.
Thanks for
So
reminding
now
us
we
of
gotta
our
make our
pronouns.
people.
Whoa. Okay.
Cool. So, what we will be doing is this is kind of funny. So, the traveler's details are public,
Okay.
as in everyone will hear this. The traveler is going to have for their character a name, an age, pronouns, how they appear to others, how they see themselves, and what they were doing just before they became lost in the never was. Once we have that, we're also going to be maybe concurrently in parallel, we're going to be making two details for the Arcadian, and those Amanda will not get to know, and Anthony will not get to know. We don't get to know the Arcadians, but we also don't get to know the Terror's detail.
That's right.
Yeah. So for those of you at home, the Arcadian is going to be making two details. One will be an autumnal pastoral image. Red barns, coal mines, dusty roads, flaking paint, curious customs, odd bird calls, corn, harvest festivals. And the second one will be a surreal agrarian image. Giant vegetables, talking animals, sentient lake, human chrysalis, and so on. The terror will choose one detail, a general theme to guide their narration. Something specific that they're going to draw upon to make creepy stuff happen. It could be blood, shadow, bone, earwigs, stars, yellow, dawn, eyes, teeth, hair, breath, fungus, reflection, memory. And once again, this will not be revealed to the other players. Although I think perhaps for your benefit, we might have a little headphones off moment where we tell you so that you can be
I hope that happens.
Wow.
kind of
That's
fun to
always
do.
fun.
I'm
It
gonna
is.
choose yellow, but only the Coldplay song. Oh no, I wasn't supposed to tell you. Oh no.
Oops.
Oh no.
I got possessed
wait.
by the spirit of Chris Martin.
Is there a page number that we can find this on?
If you would like, the setup
Is
is
it
detailed on page
13?
24, which is
Oh,
page
24.
15.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I think I was on it.
There's
24. Yeah.
the PDF is a spread, so and since they're
This is
like
the breakdown.
it says setup. Once you found it, you found it. But you might not need it because the questions are also on the sheet, which I
Right.
try to do. You know how I do.
He does so good. So
I do my
I guess
best.
Kurt and I are doing secret things, so we can't tell you all about
Yes,
Um,
we can't say such things. Anthony, why you want my image? Get off of there.
it. I'm just hoping that if I clicked here, then when you wrote stuff, I'd find out what it was.
Bad
secrets.
sins.
Are you choosing stuff as well right now, Amanda? But
I'm like trying to decide like, what I want to do with my life right
Oh.
now as the traveler.
oh, okay.
Dang,
traveling,
different kind
'cause
of
I was
stream.
like-
Oh,
I
okay,
was
yeah.
like, dude, maybe
Lot to
not.
figure
Yeah,
out.
my life. No, I feel like I
My
have
life.
plans with my life,
You
but
do?
as the traveler, yeah, I think I have
Are your
some
plans currently play the traveler?
Yeah, play the traveler is number one.
Nice.
That's my number one plan. Um, that's number one
That's number one.
on the list. Play the traveler. I'm just trying to figure out like, hmm.
The funny thing is that I think
Okay,
that
so
our,
wait,
oh yeah,
once you have created your details, I share my stuff.
yeah. You're the
Yeah,
only one
I
who can
mean, you can
So,
share.
talk it out for our audience if you like, because they're allowed to hear
because you
it,
guys
because
have
we're
to
allowed to
have
hear it
stuff in
too.
secret that you're doing. Like I can't know. So is it just that I can't know what you're doing, but the audience
Anthony
can know what
doesn't
you're doing?
actually know what I'm doing either, and I won't know what Anthony's doing.
So you don't know what each other is doing, and I
Uh-huh.
don't know what either of you are doing.
Right.
Is that right? But
Yeah.
you both know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's right. We know
Got
what
it.
you're doing. That's the thing that everyone knows.
I'm public.
I am public.
I am
I
public.
have no privacy.
Okay. I just feel like my play sheet feels simple to set up, so then my mind is like, oh no, what if I don't come up with something interesting enough? But I think we just got to go with her gut.
The funny thing is that when we
Yeah.
normally when we make characters, I think I'm very public about my character creation. I like to say lots of things out loud. And I feel like Amanda, you are like the least. You're like
You
so
sort of
you go
zone
into the
in.
box and then you come out with like brilliance. But now we've made you be the most public one.
Yeah, so if you guys want to hear my thought process on when I create characters, it's a lot of me thinking, doing some what's that called? Imposter syndrome, where I start with an idea and then I think that's not good enough. And then I think nothing is interesting enough with this. And then I come back to it and I'm like, what if you just stuck with the first thing though? Because that was your first idea. Maybe it is good enough.
First thought,
And then I
best
do
thought.
that and then yeah, and then usually it works out pretty well. So that's my thought process I'm experiencing right now where I'm experiencing a bit of like, but is it good enough? Um,
Is
and I
it is
think
it the
actually, I
right thing to do?
think I am gonna go back to what I was originally thinking. So I was initially thinking of calling my traveler Enid, but now I'm thinking it's gonna make too many people think about Wednesday because Enid is one of the characters in Wednesday. She's Wednesday's roommate, at the school that she stays in.
Makes me think of Bare
Um,
Naked Ladies.
Enid?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they got a song
we got a
called
song.
Enid from their
Yeah.
freshman album.
Wow, we've named two great
Um,
songs so far.
and my initial thought actually was to name the character Edith. So I went Edith, and then I thought Enid's more interesting. And then I thought, is Enid too similar to Wednesday? Will people just be thinking of different things with that character name? So I'm thinking Edith, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe Barbara is the name that I want, actually. Have I named a
I
character
see.
Barbara?
Barbara's awesome.
I've never
No.
named a character Barbara, but that I don't let that stop you.
I'm gonna name her Barbara. Barbara, and she is, I can be any age. Can be any age
You can be any age.
that I want.
You can be an age that they can subscribe to my secret YouTube channel only for the elderly if you wish.
It's
It's
only
true.
for the elderly. Um, I'm gonna
Bye,
make
Joker.
Peace.
bye Joker. I'm gonna make Barbara. She's like
Hmm.
a part of me that wants to make her younger, and there's a part of me that wants to make her really old. And then I'm like, what if we made her middle age?
I can
What if we just
see
split the
I can
difference?
see how we kind of circle around things and then get places. It's all coming
Yeah.
clear to me now.
All of these
Th-
are good
This is
options.
why we don't normally hear Amanda's thought process because it is.
This is my thought process. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. I think I'm gonna make her 42. I don't know.
There you go.
42.
She's 42.
42. I think that feels right. Um, Rate my pronouns. Well, I already said her, so I think
There
that
you
answers
go.
that question.
Easy.
How do you appear to others? I think
Barbara
I
looks hella
appear,
42.
yeah, I think that she is
Otto in the chat says middle age is 40 through 64, but I saw this thing the other day which was like, my best life advice that I can give you is when you turn 30, just accept that you're middle aged. And I was like, as a 32-year-old, I was like, oh, oh no,
Uh,
I don't know if I
oh
like this
no.
advice.
That's
I
kind of
mean,
crazy. I
I
mean,
think just
for
get
some
there as
people,
fast as you can, frankly.
Yeah, I think that's the
yeah.
wisdom. I'm not totally opposed. I think I have something to learn from it, but it was shocking.
There's a story that John Green tells that I will now tell as Amanda thinks up things about her character, which is that he went out to this. John Green is a writer, famously wrote The Fault in Our Stars, famously also a YouTube personality, but we're going to set that aside. John Green is going out to this event, like a novelist, some kind of prestigious novelist event, or art world event. His wife's an art, who knows? Some kind of prestigious event where he had to wear a suit. So he puts on the suit. And he's looking at himself in the mirror and he says to his wife, oh, I feel like a middle-aged man. And there's this imperceptible pause. And then she says, you look good, honey. And then John Green had to reconcile with one's existence as a middle-aged man.
Mm,
Yeah, it
um,
sneaks up on you. Everyone's a child who's unfortunately grown too old.
yeah. I mean,
That's
is
how
it
Barbara's
unfortunate
feeling.
though?
Barbara's struggling, you know? I actually,
Sh
that's not true. I can't make details about Barbara. Maybe, I mean, I kind of can.
Keep
I can
Taro.
confirm, I can yes and the traveler.
Oh, you can.
So,
I can know but the traveler. Barbara's not 42, you idiot. She's 13. It's very interesting trying to come up with. I mean, I only literally have one word to come up with over here. Like, I'm absolutely blessed. I have nothing to come up with. But because it's one
Yeah.
word, it feels like it's got to be really good. And
Oh, I
normally,
know. That it's like a lot of pressure
yeah,
on that
yeah.
one word. 'Cause you're like,
No,
this is all I have right now.
oh my God. Is this why, regardless of how many things we have to choose during setup, you folks always manage to take half an hour for it?
Kurt,
Because we're
yes.
like, what's the perfect choice?
Hold the ripcord, folks. We started at 8.
I know, I know.
I've got one. By the way,
Sick.
Okay, I got it. I think I'm done.
Go.
So catch up, everybody.
Mustard, everybody. Well, you know I was done because my spots are dark in coloration, which means that
oh,
they've
I
been
see.
filled
You
in.
can tell that I haven't written anything.
Yes,
Barely.
that's true. I can tell.
I was just gonna like keep thinking, but no, I
I've
won't.
made a choice, said Anthony. But I will consider
I
it
have
quietly
I
to
have one
myself.
choice, but I could have more.
Big Hobbit energy on that one.
Okay, we've done it. I think.
Great. Perfect.
I think
Amanda,
we
would you
did
be
it.
so kind as to introduce Barbara to the class?
I would love to introduce Barbara to the class. So Barbara is her name is Barbara. Um, and she is 42. I don't know if I should give her a last name.
Love
No,
that.
I don't think you need it.
No. Okay.
She's got one, but when's that going to come up?
I have one in my mind if we need it at any point, so
Oh,
don't
then
worry.
just let us know. What is it then?
Uh,
You've already got one.
Barbara Foreman.
Cool.
Barbara Foreman.
She's 42 years old.
Yeah.
Her pronouns are she, her.
Okay.
How do you appear to others? Small but with big shoulders, strong but unassuming. A woman with glasses and short curly hair and nice red shoes.
Nice red shoes. He said great detail. That's the kind of
Mm.
detail that
I love
carries
some
you
red
wherever you need to
shoes.
go.
It's the kind of things that my brain's like, what do we write down here?
Nice red shoes.
How do you see yourself? I see myself as a woman who is adventurous, somewhat lost, but always looking to find my way forward. Determined, but sometimes uncertain. What was I doing before I got lost and then never was? I was folding my laundry.
Ooh.
Were you like pulling it down from the line, perhaps? Like, did you have a line outside?
Could be. I think maybe I was in between lines of clothes outside.
Ooh, something billows and it's not where you were before.
And I'm like, wait a minute, what is that? And then it's like I parted through the clothes and then I was like in a totally different place.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Cool.
And the clothes were no longer my clothes. So
Right.
I
You turn
probably
back
shouldn't fold
around,
those.
different set of
Yeah, it's
clothes.
like I'm in a totally different place, totally different clothes.
Cool. Perfect.
I'm in the
Um,
never was.
I
I
suppose
also haven't seen over the garden wall, so
that's fine. You're good.
Yeah, you don't need to.
but I want to watch it. Didn't they also do did they do a game based on Over the Garden Wall? No,
I
maybe
didn't
not.
think so,
Oh,
but that would be
I
cool.
never
just
heard of
really love
that.
the art. The art is really nice.
Isn't it crazy that that's 10 years old now? I think.
That's
Oh,
No,
crazy. 10 years old?
that seems no.
Kurt has perfect perception of time and is super comfortable with aging. In case anybody was keeping track, so.
I would have
What
guessed it was
the
older
heck?
because I remember I watched it with people from Monopolate and it felt like "Oh, we're getting around to this now.
What the
Monopolate is the
heck?
board game cafe I once used to work for everybody at home who doesn't have my exact life experiences.
I also used to
Anyway,
work there.
that is true, but I didn't know if Anthony also wanted to be casually past tense doxed. Okay, folks. I think maybe you two should take off your headphones and I will tell the
Ooh.
chat what I've chosen for my imagery.
Okay. Cool.
And then
Sounds
I'm gonna
good.
wave my hands like blah, and then that means you should come back.
All right. Good luck.
Hey folks. As the Arcadian, there are two images that I have chosen. One is an autumnal pastoral image, and that is rust. As a surreal agrarian image, I chose scarecrows that seem to move when you're not looking at them, just sort of in a different place when you turn. And that is everything from my end. I will now wave my arms.
Okay, I'm back.
Great. Now it seems
Wait, can I
that
come back? I can't come back yet, can I?
probably just wait
You're
until
gonna talk.
Anthony waves his arms
Yeah,
like
yeah,
crazy at
yeah,
this
yeah. You
point.
should go away again.
I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect. Anthony, I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Sweet. Well, I really only have one word that I have to say for you. I chose a theme, and I chose thread. Like a caught thread as you walk through some brambles, or perhaps as you are putting up your laundry, that thread that you notice has caught on your sheets and is starting to unwind. You wrap it around your fingerprint tip. And that's all I've got for you. Let's see what happens.
Okay, well, that was really fast.
I literally only had one word. I padded it because
Oh yeah.
But did you get water, Amanda? Have you been sustained?
I need to get water. Sorry, just give me 1 second.
Oh, no. Okay, cool. Yeah. Go grab your water and we'll
Thank
chat.
you. Okay, I'll
Over
be right
you.
back.
did did people catch everything
It
on
sounds
the?
like maybe my second thing was missed, so
Okay.
I could say it one more
Do
time.
you
Do you
want
want
to
to
do it
just slip your
while Amanda's
headphones
away?
off?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just
Does Amanda have her headphones off? Yeah.
yeah. If she doesn't, she'll take them off. If,
Okay. Cool.
scarecrows that move when you're not looking.
So fast. Okay, I'm back.
Well, it's only a couple words, right? Might as well say it again.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. We've done it. Some dramatic irony.
Yeah, some things that you folks know that we do not. That's
We
what
were.
dramatic irony means, but I thought I would say it out loud for
Thanks for
those of you
explaining
who
it.
don't remember the 10th grade.
Yeah. If we had to remake this stream, I would call it dramatic irony, and we'd only play games in which this was a mechanic.
DM roll behind a screen, you get to see We don't.
Yeah.
The thing is that we've literally never played a game on this stream with a DM, and I don't think we ever will, frankly. It seems deeply unlikely.
The the Arcadian says like the closest thing to a DM in this game, but you notice that Kurt didn't say that because he was like, "There's no
I
DM."
might have said the closest thing to a game master. Does it say
Oh,
DM
oh no, you
in
probably
here?
did. Okay. No, I think it says Game Master.
Yeah, that's the thing. DM feels like going out of your way to say the brand name version of something. I'm trying to think of what would be a weird brand name to drop.
But I mean, it's like it's honestly a bit like Kleenex. It's like yeah, it's the brand name, but it's the brand name, you know?
Yeah, but Kleenex is something I think people should say. Let's steal that.
Oh, oh, you do want Kleenex.
Yeah. Kleenex I think should be genericized. I think. And do you know has anybody else noticed how hard Band-Aid is struggling to keep hold of their copyright? They
No, what's going
have,
on?
well, they have a slogan, a little sing jingle. All jingles are sung. A little sing jingle that says, "I'm stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid's stuck on me." But that means they have to sing Band-Aid brand. Like, because you can't just say Band-Aid because that's,
Because that contributes it to being like genericized.
I guess, yeah, people will be like, yes, I should purchase some medical bandages with adhesive, you
Band-Aid
know,
brand.
Band-Aid brand,
Band-Aid brand.
Band-Aid brand. Band-Aid, sponsor us, hit us up.
Right after Google Sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have
will
priorities
take no sponsors before
until
Google
Google
Sheets.
Sheets.
Yeah.
Google
Yeah.
We're
Sheets has to be
holding
the
it.
first one.
This is a hunger strike, but it's us
You know,
not
I know
taking
people
any
that
money.
used to work at Google. I wonder if I was like, hey, what about, do you know people at Google Sheets? Is that a different department? Is
Mm-hmm.
there, I like to imagine there is a Google Sheets department. Like it's
I'm
just
sure.
one whole office and they're like, all we do is sheets.
No,
And they're
that
working on it.
there is. They've seen my sheets.
Oh yeah, because they reached out to you. Now we just gotta
Like
wait for them
someone
to
who knew
reach
them
out.
was like, look at this. And they were like, cool.
Look at this sheet.
Cool.
Like, get a load of this sheet.
Get a load of this guy. He's making some sheets. I like it.
That's how they talk.
So next up will
Yes.
be us being sponsored probably by Google Sheets. So expect that any day now, friends. It's coming.
A
I'm sure.
super, super good investment from Google
Google
to do
Sheets
that.
knows Kurt now. They know him.
They know him the way we
He's
know
known
Intimately.
intimately.
him. Oh no,
Oh my.
we do not know him intimately. I want to say, emotionally intimately,
I mean,
to a degree.
Well, there are various different forms of intimate.
That's so
I
true.
think we know each other all pretty intimately, but not in a physically intimate
But
way.
not sexy intimately.
Not sexy
Just
intimate.
normal
We
intimately.
should have kept the mystery up. You know, everyone tuned into our stream to figure out if we're a throuple or not, and we've ruined it.
Now
Yeah,
we've
but
ruined the mystery.
now maybe we're just like bringing it up because we need to deny it. We need to have
Yeah.
made
That's
space to
right.
deny the connection.
Just because we say no doesn't mean
Yeah.
that it's not true.
That fuels the ship.
That's right. That's
Every
right. It's
denial.
like, oh, they can't let people know that they're a throuple, so they keep it a secret. That's what people will say.
Fuels the ship threw me off completely. I know what a ship is, but I did think you were like,
You're like
okay,
a boat,
yeah. How much
airship.
diesel do you put in the boat?
Oh my goodness.
So, we are going to have 3 chapters in this game, and each chapter has a sort of slightly different structure, but pretty similar.
Okay.
Normally, if we were not playing on a stream, we would pick a piece of music from the Under the Autumn Strangely soundtrack
Cool.
on Spotify, and that would be extremely cool, but I have no idea whether or not that's something that could be, done given our, I don't mean technologically, I mean like these aren't songs that were, it's not an OST per se, right? These aren't songs that were composed for it. These are songs that were lovingly selected. So like, can we play John Coltrane? Probably not,
You know, we don't have his permission.
Probably not.
as
But
far as I'm aware. It
maybe
is a,
he would be cool with it.
But he's
it's a
part of the
stellar looking
molecule.
playlist,
Oh,
though.
wait, I shouldn't have said it.
So we have to play music, though. Is that what you're saying?
No.
One would, in a typical approach, play music. Also, you two do know that John Coltrane's been dead for so
I
many
have
years,
no
right?
idea who
Yeah,
John
but his
Coltrane is.
ghost,
Do you
his
not?
ghost could give us approval.
No!
His estate
He's
could
mad
give
at
us
me now.
approval.
Who the heck
Giant
is it?
steps? Giant steps?
Oh,
I feel like I did know that because after
Oh
I was even
no.
like, you were like, will he give us permission? I was like, I think he might be dead, but
well, it made everything
I
I
wasn't
said way
confident enough
funnier.
to say it aloud. So I just rolled with it.
But
But
is dead
you
jazz
can get
musician part
permission.
of the fupple?
And that's the question everybody's asking.
Yeah, anyway, so in certain circumstances, we would pick a piece of music from the playlist on Spotify, but instead, and this is in the rules, the role whose chapter it is can describe the sound and feel of a piece of music to sort of like guide us in, as we often do. I feel like we play in a screenwriterly way, this particular group, and then based on the chapter type, one of our roles is going to think of a question to ask and be answered during the chapter. This doesn't have to be literally asked by a character, to be
Okay.
clear. It's a thematic
Right.
question that guides what we want to get out of the chapter, and it's
Right,
just
right,
going to kind
right.
of drive the structure of it.
Gotcha.
The chapter will end when all of the following things are true. The question is answered. One role, at least, has no change. More on that in a second. And a player calls for a fade out.
Okay.
Fade out. So, in this game, there is a currency of sorts called change. It's a bit of a pun because change can be spent to do the contradicting thing that we talked about earlier. Change in this game is let me just pull up the actual like book, the book explanation so that I
The
don't mess it.
book.
The book.
On page
Oh,
34
not script.
of the book, there are only two words. It says, embrace serendipity. Period.
That is true.
On page
Uh,
35, there is only one picture. It's of a really sexy skeleton.
That's so true.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there's some great art in this book, by the way.
Big fan.
Yeah, how'd that skeleton do? The
How that skeleton
skeleton,
do?
skeleton is posing like this, but like also with like, wait, does it? Oh, there's a little
There's a
baby in
child within the
it.
skeleton. So this is
Oh
a sexy
no!
skeleton in that the skeleton is pregnant.
Okay.
That's how sexy this
Thanks
skeleton
for saving
was.
that one,
And then
Kurt. I
also
didn't
its
realize it was a
leg is
child.
up like this. It's like this, and then it's on the rock, and it's like, hey.
Hey.
Yeah, I was wondering what those little feet were. I was like, why are there little feet?
Yeah.
Because it's a baby in there.
There's a bubby in
This
there.
is, man, I should really watch this Over the Garden Wall, huh? This has been on my list for a while.
Are there
It's
babbies
making me
and
more
skeletons?
intrigued.
I should really watch this show.
Yeah, watch this show.
There are
Also,
no
there's only
babies
10
and
episodes of it.
skeletons.
It's only a mini series. That's it?
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
short.
very short.
It's
Huh.
so doable. You could do it in half of a normal Amanda stream, probably.
I feel like so many things that have Elijah Wood in them, I'm just going to be like, I wish there was more of this thing.
Is there
I
anything
bet
with
it's going to
Elijah
be
Wood
one
in
of
it that
those.
you wish there was less of?
No, I haven't seen
Life.
anything. I feel like every time I watch something, it's either like that was the perfect amount, or I'm like, I wish there was more of that. But there's not. That's the end.
It's true. It's true. He wasn't in The Hobbit,
Elijah
so
Wood always, yeah, wasn't in The Hobbit. I mean, couldn't be in The Hobbit.
Cute.
Was Babby?
Was
Frodo
Babby
was not even.
Babby and a
Babby and
skeleton?
Was Babby?
All
Was
right, and
Babby
that brings us back.
Back to the book.
What were you looking
Okay,
up for?
under the
in
autumn
physical,
strangely.
if we played this in real life, change would just be a set of tokens in front of us. And every time you either contradict the role you're allowed to contradict or confirm the role you're allowed to confirm, yes and, no but, you spend change. And once you have spent all your change, you don't have the power to do that anymore. The contradict is the especially important one.
So I need to spend my change for both yes anding and contradicting?
If you're making it explicit, yeah. I think
Okay.
there's room for wiggle room on what constitutes
Only
like
if it's explicit.
explicit.
No, Amanda.
We've talked about skeleton talk on this show.
I'm now thinking, well, this should be one of our emotes, just sexy skeleton pose.
Does the baby have to be in it?
No, I don't think we should do that because I
No
don't think
baby.
Twitch would like babby emotes. I
You're probably
literally
right.
did a review for Squid Game. Have you guys seen the new season of Squid Game? Do you
How
watch
did
Squid
this
Game?
this
It's
conversation just took
important
a hard
because
right?
there is a babby involved. And so I
Babby
was
has to do
talking
Squid
about
Game? No,
there's a
Babby Squid
babby
Game.
involved in the new season. Um kind of a spoiler, but not really because I'm not giving you any context, but I'm just gonna say there's a babby that is
It's Babby.
involved in reference to. So I was talking about the babby and the way they looked on YouTube in my video, and I was literally saying it like that, and I think we showed uh an image, and that video is one of the worst recent videos I've ever done. And I'm like, I feel like my review is good, but I wonder if YouTube was just like, you mentioned a babby, so now we're not showing anyone this.
Twitch doesn't want anyone to know
So no
babies
babbies.
exist.
Yeah.
Twitch
Well, I
is
mean YouTube
anti-natalist.
anyways. Twitch might be more pro babby. I'm not sure what their policies are on babbies, but I would just say anything with babbies, people are like could be child endangerment. Boner talk,
Don't say that.
says Rapala. No,
Spoken
because it's a
like
sexy
enchanted.
skeleton.
Spoken like you'd just been
Boner
told
talk.
something delightful.
Boner talk.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We don't have clips set up yet.
Oops.
We
don't
do
have
on
clips set up
YouTube.
yet.
Yeah, you can
We
put
do
them
on YouTube?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Anybody can clip
What do you
that stuff
mean?
over there.
You can put a clip like
Jamie
exclamation
Lamey
point
was
clip.
clipping stuff on YouTube while we
Oh,
were
you're saying you
off.
can make clips. Yeah, well, you can make clips on YouTube and on Twitch. You can still clip us here, but I'm just saying there's no clip command
Oh,
with that
oh.
yet.
Sorry, folks. You
We
have
gotta,
to
we
do
gotta,
it on purpose.
we gotta set that up. I think we were talking in the group chat about it a while ago. We just gotta set it up. But you guys can clip it. You just have to click on the video and then click that clip button and then actually select what you want. That's the only thing. You're gonna have to do manually. So yeah.
So what were we doing?
The
I think we're
first
playing the game.
chapter, the first chapter is going to be the Arcadians chapter, which means I have to bring us in. So does anybody have any questions before we start, or should we just
Okay,
stumble on?
so you're gonna begin. You're gonna play an Arcadia chapter, which means that you set the scene. You
Ask the
ask a
question.
question, and then we have change a
Yeah.
certain amount.
But we can all just freely like narrate things based on our responsibility narratively. So, Amanda's the traveler. I'm most NPCs and some details. Anthony's gonna make some spooky stuff happen.
Okay. Does our change reset every scene? In
Yes,
case
but
we
you
do-
will have a different amount based on whether it's the first, second, or third chapter.
Okay.
Yeah, and what your role is. It's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I am sad that we can't pick the mute. Can we somehow listen to the music without it being captured? Like, could we still all have it on and listen to the track in our
You
in our
can listen
headset?
to it. Kirk can listen. I almost put it on over here, but I realized that my current computer audio is streamed out, so I actually can't.
Can't you just turn it off in Streamlabs? Like, mute it.
Just you guys are also my computer audio. Yeah. But you can do it, and I can pretend.
Yeah.
If you
I
want to hear
guess-
some music,
yeah.
Amanda, feel free to put some music on for yourself.
I'm gonna do it because I feel like I want to hear I want to hear it. I think it's
For-
gonna add to the mood.
Sure. For Anthony and the
And-
guests at home, there's a certain irony in this because I'm going to be describing some music for Anthony and the viewers, and it might be totally different than whatever Amanda puts on for Amanda's own purposes. But I know
I'm
the
just gonna
roughly
use
vibe,
the soundtrack that they say that exists already. The
Yeah.
OST.
right? It's pretty big, so you can take your pick, really.
Right.
You know what?
So
I'll pick Lead Belly. So why don't you put on some Lead Belly?
Okay.
I know what
Lead
Lead Belly
Belly.
sounds
Okay.
like.
Because we're doing the Arcadian chapter to start.
Yeah.
Okay. And so is it like that we're each going to lead a chapter
We're
and
each
it'll
going to
rotate?
introduce a chapter, and
Oh,
then it will be the
okay.
next person's turn to introduce a chapter. But it's not like I'm not like more important this chapter or anything. I'm
There are
just the one
so
posing the
many
question.
tracks.
Sweet.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
diversity on this. Look at them go.
Yeah, they're going.
Okay, all right, lead belly. Let me put her on.
Great.
And great. Okay.
Okay, folks. Um, we see a sheet billowing, billowing, a clean white sheet. And it passes in front of the camera, and all of a sudden, behind it is not something that used to be there. Where there were trees standing in a small copse, now we see a forest. Where there were houses, perhaps small cottages, dot the landscape. A barn with metal siding rusting away in the autumn sun. We can hear the sound of an old guitar, tinny in its 1930s recording. A man, scratchy voiced and soulful, sings a song recorded so long ago that it's hard to imagine what his life was like. He sings songs about loss. He sings songs about love. He sings in that bluesy kind of way that makes you feel really present. And as those distant notes that guitar recorded so long ago start to fade, a scene comes into focus. We hear the crunching of footsteps as a woman, broad-shouldered but small, moves through an autumn path. And in front of her is a crossroads at which stands a scarecrow, waving. "Now, hey there," says the scarecrow. The mouth doesn't move. Oh, a question. Our
Yeah.
question is, what is Barbara's long-term objective?
Ah, good question.
What is Barbara's long-term objective?
Yeah, and then we can interpret that however we want to. But when we feel it's been answered and someone's out of change and someone calls for a fade out, our
In the
chapter will
never
end.
was or like in her life? Like in
I'm
what
choosing not to
context?
specify that.
Okay. Her long-term objective.
You also don't have to answer it right now.
Oh,
This is the question we'll answer by the end of the scene.
We'll answer it through the scene. Yeah,
I have thoughts. So you have prompted ideas.
perfect.
Excellent. I'll hold on to those.
A scarecrow waves at Barbara. "Hey there."
Uh, are you waving at me? Says Barbara as she steps forward towards the scarecrow.
The scarecrow leans forward as if tripping, and then pulls back in a kind of unsteady gait. "Yeah, don't see a lot of folks down this road. Haven't seen any folks down this road in a long time, except crows, and I send them away."
Right. Um, I seem to find myself a little bit turned around, says Barbara.
"Happens to me all the
And
time," says the scarecrow, and a gust of wind blows that sort of pushes him around in a circle, and he rotates back around to you with an unsteady sort of balance.
are you um a figment of my imagination? Says Barbara.
Um, I think the scarecrow laughs, and the crows laugh too. There's a crow that's perched on a tree nearby, and as soon as the crows laugh, the scarecrow's countenance sours, and they say, "I hate it when they do that. What is imagination but what you see and what you hear, put all in one place and muddled around?" Well, I'll tell you, I'm pretty muddled around, Barbara.
Right. So that doesn't seem like a yes or a no. It kind of seems like a state of being. Um, was I always here? That's the question I think I'm looking for. Did I just, I think I'm lost.
I've been lost before. Sometimes I think I still am. And then the scarecrow sort of swivels around so that they're facing the same direction that you are. And the scarecrow's arm reaches out forward again. Down that way, you can find a village. Rustworks. Rustburg? I don't know. Never left this spot. A lot of folks there. They might be able to help you.
Yes, and
Hmm.
the scarecrow swivels back to you. And you got another choice. Looks like you've got a tether back home. And the scarecrow looks down at a thread that's been caught around your elbow. A thread, perhaps, of a white sheet that started to unravel. And as you look back, it sort of like weaves its way through the grass behind you into an immense, vast field.
I don't like when things, uh, I didn't, I didn't realize that I had this. Mm. Barbara looks back behind her, kind of longingly, and adjusts her spectacles on her face to see if she can see how far back it reaches.
That's
I
the
think I'm,
strange thing is that it you can see glints of it here and there in the grass and the brambles, but it goes on until it disappears out of the edge of your vision.
Well, that's strange,
um,
isn't it? Never seen anything like that before.
huh. Can I, so I'll say no, I guess. No, I think, and Barbara pulls out a little like sewing kit that she has on her and opens it up to reveal a little pair of thread scissors. She snips the thread and says, "No, I don't know if that's the way back. I think sometimes in order to find your way back to where you're going, it's best to move forward."
The wind catches the thread immediately as you snip it, and it blows up into the sky, and you can see this grand spiraling ball of thread catch in the wind and disappear so quickly, leaving perhaps just a moment of regret.
I will say, Amanda, I don't think you can contradict Anthony. So
Oh.
But
officially,
I
I
gave an
don't.
option or
Yeah,
something. Okay.
yeah. I think we're in the clear. I just wanted to say,
Oh, I
if
can
it
only
comes up in
say
the future,
yes.
to Anthony.
That's
For
right.
me, you can absolutely
Oh,
say
I
no.
can say no to you, but I can say yes. I have to say yes to Anthony.
Yeah, yeah.
Got
Yeah,
you. Got you. Got you. Um,
all good though. I think we just keep going.
okay.
Hmm. Well, I'd say I'd never seen that before either, but I'll be honest, I've never seen much of anything. These are buttons. And then we get like an uncomfortable close shot of the scarecrow and the eyes, and it looks like they're about to blink, but they don't. A crow flies over, alights on your shoulder, says, "You can't go listening to that guy. All the things that he says are crazy. We keep a wide berth because that guy, he's unsettling."
Well, what do you think I should do, M Mr. Crow? What do I call you?
Mr. Crow is great. I'd say
Okay.
the advice isn't that bad. You could go over to Rustburg. It's Berg, by the way. Or you could keep going through the woods. Get down to the old water mill.
I think I like to go where the people are.
People everywhere. Can't be too careful about them. Other crows
Hmm.
caw in confirmation from the tree.
I think best to go on to Rustburg then. Um, well, thank you for your help, I think. Barbara says to the crow and the scarecrow. And I think she looks down the road. She can't see what's in front of her, but she walks with pretty determined steps in her nice red shoes, one in front of the other. A little bit of dust collecting on them as she continues down the road.
Yes, and the scent of the dust on the wind is that particular kind of a dusty day. You can tell that this road has been gone down so many times before. Almost a memory pops into your mind unbidden from your childhood. Some unpaved road walking down it. A road that mattered to you for some reason. The trees part as you move further on, first darkening, then opening up into a brighter sort of vista as the sun begins to grow lower. You said you were going towards where again?
I I was going towards Rustburg.
Yeah, cool.
Hmm.
Um, Before you is a city that was probably once a steel town. You can see that there's still a foundry. Uh, there's plenty of buildings that are rusting away with metal shingles or tin sides. Plenty of signs that are sort of punched in, um, and that rust just flaking down, flaking down. Um, there is an there's a child sitting on the porch of a house nearby, sitting on a rocking chair, looking curiously in your direction.
Mm,
Further up, there's a commotion of some sort.
I'll head towards the person on the rocking chair.
Hey, hey, are you lost? Says the boy on the rocking chair.
Uh, yeah, I was looking for Rustburg, but now I'm not quite seeing it anywhere. Is that it up ahead?
This whole place is Rustburg. You can tell from the rust, he says, dead serious.
I just thought there'd be some kind of welcome sign or something, I guess.
Oh, there used to be, but it rusted away. The boy says, I don't remember that. That was before I was born. Have you? Did you just get here?
Um, I think so. Yes, I did.
Okay. Hey, those are some nice shoes, says the boy. We can see that he has bare feet with this sort of calloused toes as he kicks them in the breeze that suggest he runs around in fields all day playing.
Barbara is surprised to see that her
Yes.
shoelaces are untied.
Oh. Um, yes, and Barbara hastily reaches down to tie up her shoes, looking up at the boy and saying, "Uh, yes, thank you. They helped me get around."
Well, where are you trying to go? You know, like in your life. I
Mm.
think I'm going to work at the steel mill, he says. And he flashes you one of those gap-toothed grins that really only somebody who hasn't lost all their baby teeth can shoot you.
Well, that sounds like an interesting endeavor. Why do you want to work at the steel mill?
Well, it's right there. And my grandpappy worked at the steel mill. And my dad worked at the steel mill. And probably other people before then, but I don't know about them.
So everyone's always worked at the steel mill.
Did you work at the
Doesn't
steel mill?
myself? No, I've never worked at a steel mill before. Well, I've worked in manufacturing. I guess that's kind of similar. There was a time when I used to build cars.
Oh, is that what you wanted to do?
Well, the pay was pretty good and the work was consistent. Unfortunately, that's not really an option anymore. I
Oh,
guess I don't really know what I want to do, but I've never had something like that in my family where everyone worked at one place before. So I don't know. It seems like it'd be both reassuring, but also a little confining
the boy has
to
become
just,
distracted and is waving at something behind you.
oh, and I think Barbara turns around to see what it is.
Hey there.
Hello?
Hey there. Nice to
Ha
see you
ha
again. But I can't see you, of course. Not at all. Got the same voice, though.
Oh my gosh, the scarecrow has come back. How did the scarecrow move?
Well, it's funny. You don't remember him being there. He was somewhere else.
Wait, if you're a scarecrow, don't you normally stay in one place? Says Barbara to the scarecrow.
Well, crows don't stay in one place, so that seems like a crazy thought. If I stayed in one place, I wouldn't be able to chase away the crows.
Well,
Of course, I
right,
didn't
but
really move, did I? Did I? Did I? And then the scarecrow spins around like a dog chasing after their tail.
right. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I thought I moved. Now I'm confused, says
Well,
Barbara, looking down at her
no,
shoes.
no, but you didn't move at all. I'm gonna spend some
What?
change, and I think you realize that you're standing right where the scarecrow was. Rustberg maybe got a little closer, but you didn't seem to get farther away.
The threads looped around your
This
elbow. It tugs ever so slightly.
this is a weird place. Um, is there someone that might be in charge here that I could talk to, or someone that maybe knows directions?
Well, there's the foreman, completes the boy.
Right. At the steel mill.
Yeah, it's my grandpappy.
Okay. Well, maybe he might have an idea of, I guess, how I could get back to where I'm from, or how I could get to where I need to be.
Maybe, says the boy. And he hops up onto his feet and goes dashing away into some field. The scarecrow says,
Barbara checks her watch and sees that it is 10:30 in the morning.
"What's the watch made of?"
It's made out of metal and plastic.
Hmm. Looks a little rusty.
Uh,
There, oh,
okay.
sorry. There is
Yeah,
a
no.
ringing from down the way, and you see, and you hear, sorry, an old bellowing voice. Foreman's calling you in. Get into the mines. Into the mines. Is it a steel mill? Into the mill. Sorry.
I think there's mines nearby
There's
as
also
well.
mines. And you can see people
Oh,
coming in and out of the woodwork.
wait. No, but oh, I've got no
No?
tokens left anyway. I've got no tokens left anyway, so I just gotta let that ride.
Okay, so we have to spend one of our like those are our tokens that we have at the top to say no. That's our change, right?
Yeah, every time you yes and or no, but you can use change.
You can spend some. But I feel like ultimately it's just sort of tracking when our chapter would end. By the way, I
Right.
recognize that this is supposed to be one person's choice, but I would call for a fade out. I
Yeah,
think we've got the answer to our question,
I think so.
and somebody's
Yes.
run out. So
Okay.
What do we
So,
fade out on Barbara doing?
I think that Barbara is heading towards the mines then, yeah?
She's
That's where the foreman is.
figured out
Okay.
where to get her information, where to get her answers.
As we see
Hopefully.
her walking down the road, we hear that same song fade back in. That tortured sounding old voice from a long time ago, singing a song about same feelings you and I might have as that guitar strums away. So, that was our Arcadian chapter. For the second chapter, we are all going to have 2 tokens instead of
Okay.
3, 2, 1. This will be the Traveler's chapter, which means that it will be Amanda who poses a question that our narrative should answer uh, before our chapter ends. And everything else, I think, is pretty much the same.
Right. So, when,
Oh,
how
by the
the
way,
big,
thank you, Lock the Fox,
yes,
for the
thank you,
sub.
Locke.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for the sub. I still can't believe that it's been that long that Locke has been subbed to us. It's pretty crazy.
Right? Doesn't that seem
Um,
crazy?
so it's my chapter. So how it works is I'm just using the tokens if I want to change something that somebody is saying
Or
or
like really
like add
affirm
to
it.
it. Yes.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we're always
So,
riffing on what each other say, but yeah,
and
if
I
you
can
want to
say
like,
no to you, Kurt, but I can't say no to the terror. I can only say yes to the terror.
right.
But can we all say yes to everyone?
No, officially, I can only confirm what you say and contradict what Anthony says. Anthony can
And
only
I can,
contradict what you say
okay.
and confirm what I say. So,
So anytime we want to use or change, it has to be in one of those yes or no's to the
yeah,
appropriate person.
that's
Got
what the
you.
change is for.
Oh, okay. And then once we're out of change, chapter ends. But we can also end it earlier. It's just if we answer the question, um, we run out of change, or if we feel like, fade out is a good moment right now.
All three of the following things must be true. The question is answered, at least one of us has no change, and someone calls for a fade out.
Right.
All three. Okay,
So
sweet.
Yeah.
Also,
I
I
feel
just read
like
that
I
we
don't know if I did
pass
it
the
3 times.
change to the person that we yes and or contradict, I think.
Oh, whoops.
Oh,
Well, now we
okay.
know.
Okay. All right. So we can do that for this chapter then.
Yeah, that might be fun.
Yeah?
Thanks,
Yeah, I think
Anthony.
that's
Oh
cool.
wait, that's
Thanks,
just during a
Anthony.
contradiction. Okay, wait, sorry. Yeah, during a
So,
contradiction, the role passes change to the role whose detail they are changing. Okay.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
wait.
cool.
So during a contradiction, we pass our change to the person that we're saying no to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I will
that
only
seems fair.
ever pass change to Kurt. Kurt will only ever pass change to you, and you will only ever pass change to me.
Correct.
Now we got it puzzled out,
Okay.
folks. We still would have hit 0 on one of us, for sure.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
the
it just
record.
has to be one of us. So it doesn't have to be all of us that hit 0.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I definitely feel like I said some yeses, and I try to know that I shouldn't have tried because I was just confused by the Like I'm looking at the diagram and I just misread it. Um, but cool.
Those
I
sneaky
wasn't sure because then I was
diagrams.
like, I feel like I still had change left. So can we end it? But I did give some. So yay. Yay.
Whoop.
Okay, cool. So now I
Cool.
pick a song.
Yeah, and then sort of describe it to the group, I suppose, in whatever
Okay.
evocative way makes sense to you. And also remember, you will need to pose the question that we're going to find an answer to in this scene as well.
Right.
Not like a question that Barbara has necessarily, just a question, like a question. Could be a question Barbara has.
So it's the chapter type is me, and I think of the
Yep,
question.
yep. And
But the
give us sort
question
of
can
the
be to
opening
anyone?
narration. It's
Can it be
just
to
an
you?
open question.
Okay.
Just a question we want the scene to answer.
Okay. Let me see if I can find some music here.
I think that she probably can, folks.
There are many songs.
Do you guys want to see a secret function of this sheet? Boom. Boom.
I don't know what's happening. Oh, he has a ways to make more players. And then they went away, guys. This is very exciting. A verbal description of a spreadsheet function. And
It's not as
that's,
exciting as the spreadsheet we'll play with next week. That one I needed to learn to code to make.
oh my gosh, you've already made it?
I had to start. There was like a whole month where you guys weren't free to stream, so I had to start working on it because I knew I wanted the 700 flower pictures.
700 flower pictures? What are we playing next week, Kurt?
Something with 700 flower pictures.
Whoa. He is a spreadsheet legend. It's true, Rapala.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna do Death Don't Have No Mercy
Ooh, what kind of song
for
that?
my song. It's it's off the Harlem Street Singer album by Reverend Gary Davis. Also very kind of bluesy, so kind of continuing along with where we were at before.
All right, bluesy tones. You're gonna ask a question.
Why do we live?
Why do we
All right.
live? Aha.
Why do
Okay.
we live?
Okay. Interesting. And then, do you set the stage for our scene?
Amanda does.
Okay.
Tells us a little bit about what we're hearing too.
So the music, it's kind of got a bit of a rambling kind of vibe to it, in my opinion. I'm imagining it playing its strings, and it's definitely got a very bluesy sound. There's a bit of a like a underdog type of like rooting for someone who kind of feels like they might be a little bit down in the dumps. But also like this idea of overcoming adversity. So there's it's kind of the it's kind of like a little bit of a wallowing song, as blues tends to lend well to, as the name implies. And so I think we have this music playing as we open up on Barbara heading down into the mines. I think is the boy with her? I think he's with her. And I think that he's kind of guiding the way with a little lantern. And we follow them going down. And as Barbara goes down, more and more soot is being sort of caked on to her shoes. It's almost like the deeper down into the mines we go as well, her watch seems to rust more.
The boy whose name you've been chatting for a while. The boy's name is Joe. Joe turns
Okay.
back and says, "This is why I don't wear shoes at all. So they get so dirty, and you can't even always wash them."
Well, you can if you have a washing machine. Don't you guys wash any clothes here? I thought I saw a line of clothes not far, or maybe they were here? And was that your yard?
Ma'am, respectfully, some shoes just once you get 'em dirty, you can't get that dirt out. I don't know what kind of shoes you wear, but I remember I had shoes white as the snow. Came out here one day, black as midnight. Those shoes, you'd never have known.
Well, why don't you just have shoes that match the color of the soot?
I never thought of that, says Joe, kicking at a little piece of ore on the edge of the mine tunnel.
It's pretty rocky down here. Doesn't that bother your feet, Joe?
No, no, it doesn't, says Joe. And I think we now hear a kind of squeaking sound as we've as a minecart approaches. And it's just one person on the minecart doing twice the work. This is I think a woman like a little bit younger than Barbara, and she waves and says, "Going deep in, huh? You looking to talk to the
Uh,
foreman?"
we are looking to talk to the foreman. That's true. Are you going further along? Is it possible we could hop onto the cart with you?
Well, shoot, I wish that you would. It's a lot of work doing it on one side, and Scarecrow never helps. Now you realize the
Wait,
other side.
There's a fluttering
no,
overhead as two dark winged
no,
shapes go
no,
deeper
wait,
into the
I'm gonna use
mines.
my change. I'm gonna use my
Oh.
change. No, but the scarecrow, I want to say, is somewhere like in the mines, like kind of just further along in the distance. And as we get into the minecart and go past, he just
Hey
waves
there.
over in the
Yeah, just
distance.
on the side, a passing
And
comment.
and Barbara does a kind of double take and then asks if anyone saw that. Did you get are there crows in these mines? I think I just saw. Wait, was that the same scarecrow as was in? Was it your yard, Joe?
Joe snorts. There's no crows in here. There's a scarecrow. Like it's the most natural thing in the world.
As he gets on the cart, you see a 5 o'clock shadow around his face and an age in his eyes.
What? Wait. Uh,
Must have just been the shadows.
what day is it? Says Barbara.
I don't know, says Joe. And the woman is sweatily like trying to push the lever and shooting you glances, suggesting that you're not really pulling your weight here.
I think Barbara presses down harder on the lever. Oh my goodness, Jamie Lamey, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits, by the way.
Woo!
That's very kind of you. And Barbara really puts her back into it. She also realizes at this moment that her back is a little sore. But she tries to hide it well and just keeps kind of going as hard as she can on this mine cart here.
The woman smiles, pleased, and says, "That's what I thought. You look like you got some strong shoulders. I was hoping you'd help us get down there."
Well, it must be hard for you doing this all by yourself. Is there no one else that works in the mines that can be on the cart with you?
Uh, she looks confused. "They're in the mines. We're the ones that aren't at the bottom of the mines yet. Just, just keep pushing." And I think as we go down, now there's starting to be a sort of spiral around a central cavern. Down, 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 and then we reach the base where we can see that there is another foundry. Maybe the main foundry? What was that other building outside? But here is both a place where ore is collected and smelted on site. You see folks of various ages and genders all taking pickaxes at the wall that makes the cavern a little bit wider and a little bit deeper, and bringing it up to this central mound that has clearly was at ground level at one point, but now the ground level's fallen around it.
As the you can see the ore gets loaded into this foundry, and the heat gives off is intense, and here and there globs of molten metal come flying out of the heart of the foundry, and you can see where they've stuck to the walls here and there, silver spider webs of trailing metallic wire that are attached here and there across the cavern's breadth.
Um, what is it exactly that you mine down here? Asks Barbara, looking around, trying to sort of track where all the wire is exactly.
I think you hear an older person laugh as Grandpappy walks up holding a pickaxe and says, Rust, might as well be rust.
Mine rust. What's rust good for?
Rust's good for nothing. That's why this town's the way it is. Sorry. Were you looking for work, Barbara?
Well, well, yes, but no. I mean, well, I don't know if I want to work in a rust mine. What's the point of a rust mine? I'm a bit confused.
I ask myself that question all the time. Have you met my grandson Joe? And he nods towards the kid.
Yes, I have. He's very helpful, by the way.
Good
Thanks.
I
kid.
think you're welcome. I think that you could have a great worker. He seems to have much admiration for, well, I guess the rust that you're bringing up.
Grandpappy's
Yeah.
being fishy. Grandpappy's not telling the whole truth. We mine steel's just the minute you make it, starts turning to rust.
I'm gonna
Right.
yes and something the traveler said. Yeah, got a little bit of too much respect for it, if you ask me. I worked my back off hoping that my kids would get out of here, do something better.
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, I I've never worked in a mine before, but I used to work at a manufacturing um factory, and that was something I always felt is that, it's good, honest work, but at the same time, like, what are we doing here? What's the point of any of it, you know?
Well,
Joe,
what's
why do you necessarily want to work? Like, is there anywhere else around here that you could go to? What is around here? What is here? says Barbara, gesturing around to everything. Well, how did I get here? I have a lot of questions, sir, and I would appreciate if you had any kind of insight to share with me,
I
because I
think the
won't deny
boy looks at you and
feeling a bit
says,
lost.
the boy says, do you mean me or Grandpappy Joe? And they're looking at each other,
Oh,
unsure.
um, well, whoever has an answer, I guess.
Well, that'd
Uh,
be neither of us.
and the whole mine starts laughing away.
He hands you a pickaxe.
Yes. Hmm.
What else there to do? Mine steel and watch it rust away.
Uh, no, no, doesn't say watch it rust away. I'm gonna use my little contradiction here. I think uh, I think Grandpappy Joe says mine steel, and I don't know. I don't know where it ends up. I've never left Rustburg. I know it looks like I've been plenty of places, but that's the look you get when you spend long enough here. Don't ask me. I'm just the foreman. You got nothing to say, Barbara? Foreman in name, not in practice.
Well, wait, how did you know that? I
What
never
do you
gave you
mean?
my name. I never gave any of you my name.
It's clear as day, isn't it?
What does that mean? That I look like a Barbara?
In a manner of speaking, I'd say so, yeah. I'd say so, yeah. In fact, I don't think
Okay.
I've ever seen a Barbara that looks this much like Barbara before. And I think you see uncharacteristically on this sort of bedraggled-looking older man wearing work clothes, you see he pulls out sort of a jewelry, a locket, opens it up, and you see a much younger looking Joe and a woman that he's with. Uh, this was my barber back in the day. Look a lot like you look. You're not that Barbara, but you sure look Barbara, don't you?
That is strange.
What happened to
This
Grandmammy?
woman.
I can't tell that story, little Joe. Stop asking it. Ask the crows.
No, but I think he does say if you ask the crows, they might give you the truth, but it's always going to come with a price. If you want to know about your grandmammy, all I can tell you is three things.
And then you leave it there. All right, Kurt.
One, we all do miss her. And there's a solemn nod amongst all the miners who are now standing
Mm-hmm.
and watching, holding a
Mm-hmm.
cap.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Two, when she left, she didn't come back. Three, I think she knew why any of us are living more than any of us do. If anybody knew it, it was your grandmammy. Not me. Not dad. No, it was her. He turns towards our traveler and says, do you know?
Do I know where Barbara went?
Oh, you damn fool. Do you know why any of us are living?
Well, sir, I'm trying to figure that out myself. Uh, I guess
Well,
I'd say I think that we're living for something that we don't know is here yet. We're living for something that's coming. What that is, I
mm-hmm.
can't tell you, but it's got to be more than what you're all doing here if it's not what you want to be doing.
There's a kind of murmuring of agreement, and I'm going to yes and that and say, Joe nods. Joe nods once, pauses, scratches his beard, nods again, says, yeah, you're Barbara, all right. You got to get out of here like she did. And I think he hoists a nearby pulley, and there's this squeak of rusty steel wire on wire
It's like
as
a elevator platform.
yeah, an elevator
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
on down. And he says, "Better get out of here. Bring little Joe. He doesn't want to come, but he deserves something bigger."
Joe wraps his hands into the wool sweater you're wearing to hold on to you tight.
All
Papi
right.
always
I
said that a
think
barber was meant for living.
Mind you, you're not a babysitter or nothing. Joe can look after himself. Can't you, Joe?
Of course I can.
all
I've
right.
learned
Well,
over many years.
I think Barbara steps onto the elevator, and as it's going up, she blinks, and the twinkling of the lights reminds her of the twinkling of lights on water. There's some memory that comes back to her that she forgot about. But it's only a second, and then it's gone. And as the mines fade out, so does the scene.
Nice.
That's all
It's
it
very
takes,
weird that
folks.
the song, I've been playing it on a loop, but it ended right as I said that.
You love to
Whoa.
see it. You love to see it.
Okay, so
Sick.
Joe and Barbara now on their adventure together. We have an NPC joining us. I love it. So now Anthony's scene is where we're going next.
Yeah, and like Unless we feel like we're really not happy with where we end up, it could be our closing scene.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Is
officially
that
the
short of a
game.
game?
So the game has a series of structures. It says the most straightforward structure would be a one, two, three, which is great for first time playing. And then depending on how we would want to
Where the
approach it.
story goes. Is that what it is? It's just like you're just finding what your flow
Right. Now we
is.
could there's something called sample
But they have,
structures on page
okay.
32, which
Yeah, yeah.
is
I saw that.
yeah, that gives us some like options for a more extended game, different context, but officially like this is the where we would end if we end
Right.
where they expect us to.
This is the Under the Autumn Strangely sample structure. So just one, two, three.
One, two, three.
But we could do one, two, three, one. So is that the number of changes or
Chapters. The number of changes is based on
chapter?
whose chapter it is. The number represents which role's chapter it is.
Oh, okay. So it would be like Arcadian Traveler, Terror, Arcadian.
Yeah, if
Or
we extended it to.
Arcadian, Traveler, Traveler, Arcadian.
Hmm.
Oh, I see. I see. So
Nice.
there's options. There's options. We could
Yeah,
also
yeah.
go really crazy with it and go no hope, which is one, two, three, three, three. Three terrors in a row.
Have a little fucked up story.
I'm a really messed up
Just a
story.
fun time for Anthony.
Yeah, just a fun time. Uh yeah, that's cool. Or you could do one, two, three, one, two, three. Compare and contrast.
That's true. That's true.
That's cool. Cool. Okay,
Okay.
cool. I like this.
So this is the nominal last chapter.
Feel
Yes.
like have
And
I
if
done enough? Am I an interesting character? I don't know.
I actually
Can't
really like
tell.
Barbara, I feel like it's very rare to see you play it straight, and I've been really enjoying you doing
That's
that.
true.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll just keep doing it then. I was like questioning whether or not my character had enough going on. Because I'm not doing any fun voices. But,
A
you
character's only
know?
good if it's got a funny voice. We all know that.
What's the point? That's why I took the
What's
Arcadian, the only funny voice potential.
Ah, yes, the only funny voice.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Yes. Do you have a song pick
Yep.
In the abstract.
In my
in your
brain,
mind?
you can choose one that you think will match this.
Okay.
We open. Bleary-eyed, half asleep. And from over the hill and far away there comes a twanging. It's been playing all night. An old husky voice, only the lowest gravel flowing over the wind. And the highest highs of the banjo twang. It's the same methodic rhythm. Over and over and over again. It sounds like weeping. And it sounds like missing someone. It sounds like the middle of the night when you can't sleep. The road's long, and Joe's feet get tired. He's not wearing any shoes. And so they don't get far, not quite over the hill, not to the glow of the lights beyond the hill, and perhaps the promise of something.
I'm gonna say, can I do a yes and?
Sure.
Or will that end the scene?
No, no, it
Can I?
only ends when the oh, we don't even have a
Oh, I
question
get.
yet, I don't think. So,
I haven't even got there yet. You can yes and go for it.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can't
No,
answer
no,
the
no,
question
it's
if I
fine.
haven't
No, no,
asked it.
no. No, no, no. Keep going, keep going. Build your intro first. I'll hold on to mine. It's all good.
It kills Barbara to have stopped and camped before cresting the hill. A single question has just been burning in her heart. What's out there? What's beyond the town? What is there left? What is there worth going to? But Joe he can't make it any further. And so they sleep in the embrace of the pine boughs, the soft carpet of fallen needles. Far away twang makes sleep difficult, but they drift off. Till halfway through the night, unsure whether she's sleeping or awake, Barbara flickers her eyes open to see her own feet standing next to her, watching over her. Someone wearing her shoes, checking that she's asleep, and then wanders off over the hill. And when she wakes up, sometime later, the clearing's empty. No Joe in sight, and no shoes. Just the low gravel and the twang over the hill and the faraway lights. What's a Barbara to do?
I think Barbara awakes and makes the choice to scout on ahead
Go
so
looking for
that,
Joe.
yeah, she can try to find Joe.
Out ahead, those distant twinkling lights don't look quite so distant when it gets a little brighter. There's a sense of place that starts to establish itself. There's a lazy river, color of rust, running alongside this road. And a mill, not a steel mill, something for grain or cloth, lazily lapping at the water, and beyond it, something more. Hard to tell from here.
But the song sure does get louder. And the wailing sure does get louder.
There's a figure down by the mill. Can't quite make them out from here.
I think Barbara gets to within hollering distance and then calls out to them. Hey! Hey out there! Have you seen a young boy walk past this way?
Yes.
The figure spins around the back of the mill. Quiet now. They're playing. And waves you over.
Barbara comes a bit closer.
You can see the edge of a crowd. A couple people. All grouped together. Watching.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt this performance, but there was a boy that I was traveling with, and I seem to have lost him. And I just want to make sure he's all right. I was just wondering if you've seen anyone.
What?
No,
You mean the boy with the crows?
You only get one word out before the whole crowd turns and goes shh. And your words catch in your throat. One waves you over.
All right, I head over towards that person.
You join the back of the crowd. And you can see up on a makeshift wooden stage, there is an old banjo player singing a song. His eyes are closed. And in some ways, he seems out of place, as if perhaps he doesn't belong here at all, but everyone's just sort of found him. But he's not the only performer. There is a puppet troupe, a couple of marionettes are dancing upon the stage, a slow, morose waltz to the banjo twinkling and the crying song.
Yes. And one of them looks like Barbara.
And the other looks like the scarecrow. You see,
No,
oh,
but it's not that it doesn't look like the scarecrow. It's that that is the scarecrow, all strung up, arms moving akimbo, looking much too large next to the other marionette. A diminutive, carefully carved
Mmm.
figure that looks just like Barbara and this giant scarecrow hopping around right by. No control, wheeling about.
and the crowd oohs and ahs when the scarecrow seems just about to stomp on the carefully crafted marionette. Gasps as they whirl
Uh,
around the stage.
I
Who's
think
next
Barbara.
then?
I
Says a
think
man.
Barbara.
Go
Okay. No, no,
ahead.
no. Go ahead. You go ahead.
One of the puppeteers on the edge of the stage. Who's next then? And you see little Joe at the front of the crowd, and he waves his hand, and the puppeteer takes his hand and takes him behind the barriers, the back of the
I think
stage.
Barbara rushes back to the backstage, pushing through people, recklessly moving through as fast as she can, as fast as her feet will carry her. Her curls bouncing as she rushes and pulls back the backstage curtain to reveal.
No, but she's too reckless and pushes too hard. She falls in the crowd, and the crowd grows angry. Watch yourself. Watch the show. And a man pulls her up by the back of her knit sweater. And as he does, it rips. And he holds her by the dangling threads that go from the ripped piece of fabric across the back of her shoulders. Watch.
There's a crow standing on a nearby structure. That water wheel. Every time it gets too close down to the water, the crow flaps its wings, starts back on the other side, rides it all the way down. And as it passes right low by the ground, it looks up at you. You've got no shoes.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, says Barbara. Tell me something I don't know. Oh, also, I already gave myself one, Anthony, but thank
Okay.
you.
Something you don't know, says the crow. And the water approaches too closely, so it flaps over to the other side, starts riding it. And the whole ride, the crow
Oh,
is
and
looking, looking,
I already
looking.
took from you, so you should be at two, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just FYI. You're at three.
Sorry, Kurt.
Sorry, say that one
Can you
more time.
recap that?
Yeah, so the whole way that the crow is riding the water wheel, it's looking, 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 looking at you. Something you don't know. Here's how to get home. But just as the crow opens its beak once more, it falls beneath the splashing water, and you don't see it come back out.
I think Barbara tries to throw the people that are holding her up off of her. She
Mm-hmm.
reaches around to loosen their grip and shrugs them off with her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And before anyone can grab her, in the blink of an eye, she's already made it across behind the stage this time instead of trying to rush up onto it.
Yeah. She rounds the stage, leaving the crow to drown. and sees little Joe standing on the ground and looking up at four puppeteers who wire has been wrapped around his wrists, around his ankles, and one thin loop around his neck. And they are beginning to pull the strings from above, and he's watching his arms and legs go up. I think it's ready. I think it is. Around the stage. Let's take a whiz. The puppeteers pull Joe around, getting ready to bring him on to his debut.
I think Barbara is going to say, what gives you the right to take this boy? Joe, is this what you want? Do you want to be these people's puppet
It's
in
not
this
that
show?
different, Miss Barbara.
What
Is
do you
it?
mean? From what?
Or all just kind of, you know, thrown this way, thrown that way. I'm just, at least I can see the strings.
The boy
Joe,
asked for it.
the whole point of you coming with me was to give you a chance at finding something else. Maybe we could find Barbara, other Barbara, together.
Didn't you say you left man you left a place that makes stuff and you ended
Yeah,
up at the foundry? How's that different, ma'am?
the truth is, I ended up with nothing. The plant closed, so I had no choice. But I've just been looking for work somewhere else. I was supposed to have an interview. Well, I've definitely missed that. It's all the day has moved, and I think when Barbara looks down at her watch, she notices that her watch actually hasn't moved, and that the time is still 10:30.
Yes, and as you look closer, you can see that it's rusted in place.
I was brought here. I was looking for something else to do. And in fact, although I didn't want to lose what I had, Joe, I have to say it was a bit of a relief. I was stuck in a place every day where I did the same thing. It drove me insane. So being free of it, I don't know where I'll end up, but it's still worth trying to find a place that means something to you. You don't have to be a puppet. I know it's scary to find your own way in life, but you can. You've got feet to carry you wherever you need to go. And you can find that place. You don't have to settle for this. But if this is
There's
what you want to do, then I'll let you do it. Because only you can make that decision. I can't make that decision for anyone. I can barely make that decision for myself, to be honest with you.
there's a flurry in the crowd behind, uh, which draws the attention of the would-be puppeteers. A murder of crows are dive bombing the scarecrow. Straw is flying everywhere. This crow after crow dives after this puppet that twists and turns and flops and moves.
Yes, and the puppeteers are shocked. We gotta save her. Get her out of there. And they whip around the little puppet of Barbara, spinning her off the stage and safely into the backstage, letting her sit down beside the boy. And as she does, she crumples into the shape of an old woman, white, stringy hair cascading down by her shoulders. And she looks up at Joe. Little Babby.
Grandmammy, Are really?
Well, I didn't think I'd see you again.
Grandpappy said you left the mill and went to do some big important stuff somewhere else.
And did he lie? They love me. They watch every night.
Well, where'd you get those shoes?
They give 'em to you for dancing good. Say it keeps the feet safe. I love to
The
dance.
camera pans down and we see Barbara the puppet wearing Barbara's nice red shoes. Same kind, you can tell from the scuff. This is the pair. A little bit of dirt just on the right side from a piece of ore kicked on the way down.
What's happening to the scarecrow?
Scarecrow, a crow sits perched on the place where the tuft of straw comes out. Once there would have been the scarecrow's face there, the crow now stands proudly in its place instead. But as you turn to get a closer look, the scarecrow's not there. The scarecrow, the perch for crows is now beside you, moving in the breeze as the crows all stabilize their balance on the structure that was once a scarecrow. There's more out there. We just had to take care of something first, says one crow, speaking as the scarecrow might have spoken from the middle.
The left hand of the crow perch says, think you might want to turn back now. Think you've seen which way that path goes. And there's a tug at your elbow again. As you look back into the vast field behind you, thread wrapped around your elbow. It's that damn sheet that was fraying, isn't it? Gotta do something about that.
I think Barbara feels for the thread. Looks out. There's a part of her that doesn't want to go back. But there's a part of her that feels like that's all she's ever known. And so she starts to head backwards, following the thread in the dark, stepping back through where she's been to where she's headed next.
There's
Some
a
people
poster
say,
already somehow on the side of one of those rusted buildings. Barbara and Little Joe. Tonight only. Go on.
some people say that in life, for you to move forward, you can't necessarily just continue on. You have to go back. And Barbara goes all the way back until she's back at the laundry. She finds the sheet that's fraying. And when she does, she's back in her backyard. And she cuts the thread.
The clock ticks to 11. It's time.
As you shut the door behind you, you hear a single crow caw.
And we fade out.
Yo, that was fire.
That was cool, guys.
That was cool. That was cool.
Thanks,
I
Graham, if
feel
you're
like,
still in chat.
yeah, this is a really cool one. I feel like it's challenging because the whole like getting to say yes and getting to say no, but it kind of going in one direction. That's interesting because like there are things, Anthony, that you offered me that I wanted to like I feel like it's trying to make you say yes to the things you want to resist. And so the no's are a way to like evolve the story because the no's are always a way that it's not like a no in a negative way.
Hmm,
It's
interesting.
no in like a rephrasing. But like most of the stuff that I wanted to say no to the most was from you, but I
Makes
couldn't. So I
sense.
had to find a way to like incorporate it into how I wanted to move forward with the character.
Interesting. I wonder if it's a quirk of the way we ended up playing the game. I feel like the examples in the rulebook are very much like, you know, the shadow. Sorry, what's my role called?
The terror.
The terror makes something bad happen to you, and wait, can you yes and me? Wait, how does it work?
I have to yes
I
and you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yes. No, sorry. Yeah, you're right. This is the
Arcadian
design.
can no but, and
Yeah.
I yes and.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm supposed to do bad things, and then you have to play along.
I
Uh-huh.
must accept them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just an interesting, but I think because of that, it's almost like an internal conflict that's still, I don't know, it just does something interesting where it makes you really introspective, I feel like, with everything that's happening. Because when you have to face terror, when you have to say yes and to terrible things happening to you, it's like really helps you to evolve and figure out like what makes the character tick,
Mm-hmm.
like why they exist, because confronting terror, confronting fear is like how you as a person, I think, evolve and change in life. And so the game feels like it's kind of reflective of that. And the fact that like everything we have is like change. So we're spending stuff to do change. It just feels very focused on like the evolution of a world, of a story, of a person, so that you can really get down into like this was very thematic. I really liked this because it felt like everything we did was like symbolic of something.
Yeah, I
Things
don't know if
didn't
it's a
just
quirk of the
exist.
choices we made thematically, but
I
there's
don't know if it's
definitely
us, but
multiple levels on which I think mechanically there's a lot to say about how you face what fate brings you. But I think also we explicitly played with themes of meaning and fate and what a life is.
choice.
Choice,
Yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, interesting how that theme echoed the mechanics in a way that I found very pleasing to play through.
same.
Yeah,
It
very
was
cool.
really interesting. I don't know. It just like I feel like it brought me to like a deeper place than I initially thought I was going to go. And then I was like, whoa, this story is heavy. This story is about like, I don't know, like what is life? Like why do we live life?
Yeah. Rust mining.
Rust mining.
That's
It's the
mine.
only reason.
That's how you do
If you're
it.
not living to rust mine, what are you doing?
What are you living for?
Yeah, but
What are you
for
living
real
for?
though.
Just rust mining?
Kurt, I'm
Ooh.
curious. What were your themes?
Well, I'll guess yours first. Was
Sure.
yours thread?
Mine was thread. Mine was
Yeah,
thread.
that
Yeah.
makes
That was
sense.
your word?
Yeah. Which was kind of crazy because then
Oh.
you set up after that. You were like, "She's doing her laundry before," and I'm like, "Nice,
Whoops.
amazing."
Didn't know.
Uh-huh.
Um, well, what were my themes?
Um. Okay.
Tough because I know I played with a couple recurring images.
Um. So there's an autumnal pastoral image and a surreal agrarian image. That's like the way it's supposed to be broken down.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I would say, I would guess the scarecrow and the crows are one of them. I'm not sure if it's that
One of
literal.
them involves the scarecrow, yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Hmm.
like, is it just the scarecrow waving? Is it that literal?
Is it?
I think I wrote teleporting scarecrows, but that's not what I
I was gonna
said.
say, is it the fact that like the scarecrow moves?
Okay, okay,
Because
okay.
Yeah.
that was
That's
So
cool.
that was my
that's pretty
surreal
crazy.
imagery.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Nice.
And I liked how the scarecrow was just like consistent as well.
Nice to have NPCs you follow.
Yeah, or who follow you.
Mm.
What was the
Who
second
knows?
one?
Autumnal was interpreted generously for me for this one.
Okay, so it has to be related to autumn.
Autumn?
Autumn?
Autumn.
Oh, I'm saying I took that pretty broadly.
It's
Yeah. But is that what the second theme is supposed to be connected to?
Well, one of them's surreal and farmish, and one of them is autumnal pastoral. But in the examples, there were some things that weren't like strictly autumn, just maybe felt a little
is the is the mill or is the cracking buildings? Is that one of them?
just rust, just straight
Rust.
up
Okay,
rust.
rust. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like time passing.
Sure. I mean, that played a part of it. I just wrote rust.
Rust. I love that.
Age. Yeah.
Rust.
We played with a lot of that ideas of like the passage of time and how it affects you and aging and growing up. So interesting that you guys have themes, then I don't have themes. But then even the ideas that I had, like when you asked me that first question, what was the first question that you asked
What
Your
does she
your
want?
goal,
for
Yeah.
my goal? Yeah, what was my goal? And
the longer
I was
term.
trying to my long-term goal, and I was thinking that my long-term goal was to get a job.
Hmm.
Yeah. That worked out well. That ended up becoming a pretty key piece of it. We
Yeah.
we made you do a lot of heavy lifting in terms of like what what is the story about and how does it conclude?
But it's cool because I feel like all of the themes that you guys picked kind of fed really well into what I wanted to confront, which was this whole idea of like, you know, what do we, how do we choose like where we're headed in life and how do you find that place?
hmm
And
I,
so it kind of lends well to the idea of like time passing, especially playing like a middle-aged character. This idea of like, you worked somewhere maybe for a long time and you feel like you kind of wasted your life, but you're also there's a part of relief of like, but I'm kind of getting to start fresh, so now I get to choose what I want to do. As opposed to being trapped. And then
interesting.
that lended really well to the fact that we went to the mines. So the mines was completely symbolic of this idea of like legacy work, but that wasn't
Hmm.
necessarily chosen.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Interesting
everything that happened
point.
with Joe, and then Joe questioning like his place in life, I felt like was going to be reflective maybe of Barbara's journey. And so like I had this idea in my mind where I was gonna that's where I was like, oh, like can I yes and because I wanted to give Joe my shoes to kind of show a symbolism for like Barbara helping this character to find their place, which is kind of how she ends up finding her place
Yeah,
and
yeah.
helping someone else.
Instead,
Yeah.
I had him steal your shoes.
That he stole my shoes.
Rude.
But that's fine. Barbara would have given him
Yeah, that's
her
perfect.
shoes, so I don't think she was very mad about it.
Yeah, and then Barbara ended up getting Barbara's shoes. Other
And
Barbara.
the thing that you said about the whole idea of like if you do this, they give you shoes. And then it was like kind of like the shoes, the nice shoes, kind of almost became like a prison, like an idea of like when you work
Ooh.
consistently, you can earn these rewards. But in fact, Joe's barefooted nature, where he wasn't really set in a place yet, but he had ideas about what he wanted to do, is actually the more freeing state of mind to be without the shoes. It's like I don't have that material attachment, but that also means I have a freedom.
Yeah, I wanted to interject and have make just do a little shot of you walking through that field at the end barefoot, but that
Yeah,
would be good.
yeah, that would be
Cool.
very cinematic. If we make this a movie, that's got to be in there
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. When we make this a
Yeah.
movie, it
I also
was
feel like the thread in general, like your theme of thread lends so well to everything
right.
that
It
I
all
was
fit
thinking of like
together
I'm
so
like
nice.
it all fits together so
I
nice.
would turn your
And
attention to page 34, in which it says embrace serendipity, and there was quite a bit of serendipity going on as our themes intertwined quite nicely.
yes, they did intertwine quite nicely. But it's interesting because I wonder like if every time you play this game, if like people pick like you think you pick things that are like completely like whatever, like could be completely unrelated, and if everyone finds that they like weave into each other,
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I suppose before we sign off here, I will thank Graham for making the game. I will thank both of
Yes.
you for our triumphant return after our unintentional summer break. Uh,
We're gonna
and
take
I'll,
another summer break over the next 2 weeks, but you know.
is that right? Gotcha. Uh, and I will also say thanks to Martin Gerlach,
Ooh,
1846 to 1918, who did the image that forms the basis of our background and thumb today.
very cool.
1897's Festooned, Martin Gerlach's Decorative Groupings. I liked this one with the corn and the instruments, and
Is
I
it
thought it was
is it a
appropriate.
painting? Yeah.
It's not exactly. So this artist is best known for he's an engraver, I believe, and was sort of an artisan. He worked with wood. These are colotype images, which arrange natural elements with a precision that makes them seem kind of artificial. And if you're like, what's a colotype? It is basically photographic
What is a
printing.
colotype? Okay.
Gelatin-based photographic printing process, early printing. But it wasn't exclusively used for photography. It was used to reproduce various things. I'm pretty sure all of these pieces are from photographs, but I am not 100% sure.
Cool. It's very neat. I like the background. It wasn't like I was so in like an over the garden wall vibe. I was like expecting something of that particular style. This is like close, but it was a new direction I liked.
Cool. Uh, okay, Amanda, do you have anything you want to plug?
Well, I have been thinking about, I had a bit of a day today. And I didn't get to my stream earlier for Rivals. And I don't know if I'm going to do some Marvel Rivals tonight because I don't know if that's where my head is at. But I might be jumping on Twitch now to do something kind of cozy, to just kind of wind down with people. So
That's
if that's
nice.
something that intrigues you and you like the idea of that, I might still be jumping on to do a little bit of a stream, but it'll be I don't know how long it'll be, but if people want to jump on for that, I also should have on YouTube. I don't know if it's going up tonight or if it'll be going up tomorrow, but I should have a little um video going up that should be my phase one reviews for the MCU. There'll be a marathon, which will be all of my reviews combined together. So if you missed any of them and you want to get caught up, you now have a video. You can just watch all of them at once, um, which I feel like is really fun. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like stuff over on YouTube, stuff over there. I'm gonna be posting some Patreon stuff in the next couple days. So if people are over on the Patreon, check that out. But that's pretty much it for me. What about you guys?
Uh, yeah, I have a little special surprise planned for August 20th. If you would like to hear about it, if you like the games that I make particularly, I would recommend signing up for my newsletter at buttondown.com/Kurt. And you'll get a little email. I don't send a lot of them. I try very hard to make them interesting. Uh, there'll be a weird little thing for you if you sign up there. And maybe a
Weird
little
little
special
thing.
treat if you put in a little effort as well. So buttondown.com/Kurt. Feel free to drop in your intel if you want a little treat in a week.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Very
sweet.
mysterious. I like it.
I'm not gonna give too much away. Just a little some.
Just a little taste. What about
Just
you,
give 'em a
Anthony?
little tickle.
Jeez. I don't have anything particularly to plug or suggest right now. I can send us on off to a raid a different stream for those who have more TTRPG in them. But Amanda's anyway. I can just send people your direction if you're gonna do a little cozy thing after
Um,
this.
you could. I could leave this chat and then go start it up,
If
or
you want to,
I don't
unless
know.
that's
Could
too
I
much
put it
pressure,
on
maybe you
a?
want to chill.
No, I think I could do that. We could do that. Mm, let me just set it up.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, if you guys want to chat for like 5 or 10 minutes just while I set it up quick.
Sure,
then
sure.
you can raid into
That's
me.
the kind of thing we can do. Folks, if you'd like to hear
Okay.
Anthony and I make small talk, feel free to stick around because
What a
we
delight.
can do that.
We can do that.
All right. Well, I'll stay with you guys for another minute while I set up the Twitch side of things. And then I'll leave to just quickly take a picture to put up on the YouTube side because that back end has a little bit more, it's a little bit more involved when I set up my stream over there. And then I'll be good to jump on. I don't think I might update my Nightbot just while I'm on stream, like casually. So,
Yeah, it sounds like it's
um,
a chill vibe. So keep it cozy. Do a live Nightbot stream.
yeah,
Me
live
updating
Nightbot stream.
Nightbot.
Me updating Nightbot.
It'd be fun to do a stream where you're just setting up for stream, and then you start a different stream.
I don't even know what we'll play, but we'll figure something out. Just chatting. I'll put myself in just chatting for now. And we'll
I
say
have an idea.
cozy.
What if you watch the VOD of this immediately, and you just do commentary
Ooh,
on it?
commentary on our episode and be like, so in this moment, here's what I was thinking. In this moment, I feel like really we could have done this and we could have, like next time, we could
Yeah.
refine.
So right here,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking, why is Anthony doing this? This is making the game not very good right now.
You can see in my eyes, I'm questioning everything in this moment. Questioning, what does this mean?
We get it.
I'm
It's
thinking,
thread. We all knew since the first scene. Cool it.
here's the part where Kurt is explaining the game and I'm listening, but then part of my brain went, oh no, I feel like I didn't capture all of what Kurt was saying. And now I'm panicking and thinking, trying to pretend I know what's going on, looking at the book, being like, I think I understand.
Too real.
And that's why in this moment, I messed this part up the first time I tried. Yeah, that's too
I do
real.
know that
I know.
feeling.
Now you can
I
see
feel
here
like,
how I darted with my eyes to the right for a moment and then darted them back to the screen. That's because I was trying to remember if the 1, 2, 3 had anything to do with dice or if it was really just something else entirely.
exactly. Although I will say, you know what I really loved about this game? I just feel like it's once you get into this game, it's so easy to play, guys. Like
No,
you
I would
should
agree.
really
The vibes
we
were rich
definitely
as hell too.
I
I
know
was,
I
yeah.
say this all the time, but we really should play this one again because I feel like it's so quick to set up, it's so quick to play, and like I want to play with some of the other structures. I really want to try that one where it's like like three terrors in a row at the end. I'm like, gosh, that sounds horrifying. Sounds awful in a good way.
What role do you want to play, Kurt, if we play again? Now, you've been the Arcadian. What do you want to be next?
Candidly, I picked the Arcadian because I didn't want to give Amanda too much work on a day that I knew she was feeling a little more like low key, like let's figure it out, let's like weave a path through. Um,
Yeah. I
so
think
I'm not
that
sure.
was nice of you.
Yeah, it was a good call.
Because I was ready to like be the terror, and then after we started playing, I was like, I realize now why this might be a good space for me to be in mentally.
Yeah.
Um,
Smart, smart.
Both sounded
okay,
fun though.
I'm gonna set up YouTube, so
So
I
do you just
will
want us
be.
to kill some time? You're gonna log off this
Yeah,
call?
if you wait like 5 minutes,
Okay.
I will be live, and you guys can raid on into me if you'd like to.
Okay, sounds
In
good.
the interim, folks, you can hear a secret private Anthony and Kurt chat, which has never happened before and definitely doesn't open 90% of our streams.
This is a special
Atomic
end
Sorcery
of the
has a
stream.
good recommendation for if you like these vibes, but you want something single player, and they said where the water tastes like wine is a
Yeah.
good single player kind
Thank
of
you,
similar vibe
Sorcery.
game.
It's a really
Yeah,
neat
thank
little
you.
indie, like video game. Where-
Sorcery always has
Ah.
yeah,
such
good
good
suggestions.
recommendations for stuff. Especially we've been playing we've been doing demo day and we were playing like lots of like little demos. And like Atomic, you got some fire recommendations for game demos. It's been great.
Oh, sick.
Okay, well, I will leave then,
Okay.
but I will see you guys in a few weeks then, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a little trip to Scotland for the next 2 weeks, so I won't be
Oh,
around.
yeah,
But,
yeah, that was happening. Okay.
but you guys
Is
maybe
Amanda going to stream with Kurt? We don't know yet,
it's
folks. We're gonna
possible.
find out.
Kurt and I might do a two-player. We could always do. And we could always, and there are other people that I'm sure if we wanted to like have someone guest. I know there are people that
Never been done
we could
before.
probably ask.
They're
We've
gonna
never done
replace
that,
me.
but we could.
This is my last stream.
New Anthony taking over.
Goodbye forever,
Thank you
Anthony
for everything,
Mackenny.
guys. I'll remember this.
All right. Well, you guys are great. I love you both so much. Thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the story. I'll see you guys in like 5 minutes. And Anthony and Kurt, have a great few weeks if I don't see you, but I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll still be chatting now and then in our chat. Send lots of pictures of Scotland, Anthony,
Okay, I
please.
will. I will send you the
Okay.
creepiest pictures of Scotland I can find.
That's
Good,
all I
good.
want.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm only
Get
interested in the
that rep as
creepiness.
the creepiest one.
I gotta keep it now.
Yes.
Now that I got
Got
it.
it. All right.
All
Bye,
right, bye, Amanda. Have a great
everybody.
night. Enjoy the
Bye.
stream.
Thank you. I will. Bye.
And now
A
it is
little,
just us on an
little
overlay that
awkward,
doesn't
a little
fit.
awkward moment, and then hey, here we are. We're back.
Wow. I was
Wow.
looking up the other day how to make a custom transition, and I
Ooh,
think now
does he
I
know
know
how to do
how
it?
to do it. Um, but I have to check if I want to put in that time. Because you see, I've had a bunch of time to fuss about with little back end stuff, and I still did not do that because it turns out some of my beans are spent on this. And so I make games instead when I'm not doing this on
Yeah.
weeks we have off or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. However, I am excited about the games that we have coming up ahead. Do you folks at home want to hear some of the stuff?
I would love to
They,
hear about the stuff because I always forget. So,
that's
but I'm sure the folks
true.
at home would also like to do it. I am also a folk at home. Come to think of it.
If you think about it, we all be folks at home
We should
right
have.
now.
That's the name of the stream.
Folks
Folks
at
at
home.
home. That would have been great.
Folks at home. You know what? That's so true. I'm just pasting in our little, and I've realized I can update our all games we've ever played list here.
Ooh.
I like to do it. Like to update this. Okay, so our schedule. Coming up
Coming up.
next week, maybe, hard to say, we have a game called Bay Leaf Bouquet, which is about floriography. Anthony, do you know what
Floriography.
floriography is?
I believe it's the like flower language where like sending flowers to people had certain meanings or like if they appeared in images or something.
Right. And so it's a Victorian era flower language. A friend of mine actually made this, but we weren't friends yet at the time.
Ooh. A
And
pre-friend friend game.
I, this is the weirdest story, okay? This is kind of such a tiny, small world situation. I might have told you before. Many of you on the stream might be hearing it for the first time. I encountered someone through my professional life who I saw had written stuff related to Dungeons and Dragons. And so when we were doing an interview with this person, I was like, "Hey, what about that D&D stuff, though?" Uh, and we chatted back and forth. I think that probably caught him by surprise, but bless his heart, he rolled with it, and eventually ended up years later working for the same employer that I do. So we started playing games at lunch, and that was lovely. But in the interim, other weird things happened. For instance, one day I thought to myself, I'm going to illustrate the next playbook someone posts to the Wander Home Discord server.
Okay.
I love Wander Home, one of my favorite all-time games. I thought I want to practice drawing something. I'm just going to draw whatever the most recently posted playbook is. I pulled it up. I drew it. I sent it to the person that made it and said, "Hey, I drew an illustration for your playbook." And he said, "Kurt?" I said, "What?" And he said, you know, I'm that guy." Who I think uses his real name online as well in his books and stuff. So I guess I can, Bailey is his name. So Bailey's like, I'm Bailey. You didn't know? And I was like, no, no, you didn't have that written anywhere. I didn't know that. That's not your username. And then, like a year later, I was browsing itch.io by new, which is a crazy thing to do. That's like drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah,
And I'm
wild.
scrolling through, just looking at the things that are being posted, and I find a game that looked cool. It was the only thing that day that I'd found that I was like, this is exactly my kind of thing. And it was called Bay Leaf Bouquet, about floriography. And I went, oh, cool. And I picked it up and I read it and I went, wait a goddamn second. This is Bailey again. Absolutely
They're
baffling.
everywhere.
Um,
I've got it pulled up so we can go through the slides of your little list if you'd like. The folks at home can see it too if you want.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Our schedule.
Yeah.
So Bayleaf Bouquet, I spent a bunch of time writing code so that I could automatically pull Google image search results, select one of the 8 first valid images per my specifications, and then retrieve the source URL so that ultimately when we do play this game, there will be an automatic presentation of both an image of the flower that you randomly draw, because it's like 700 images, and of the meaning that is assigned to it. So I'm super looking forward to that. And the week after that, we're going to be playing Firebrand's Mobile Frame Zero, which is a game about romantic ace pilots of mech suits.
Whoa.
And
That's cool.
critically, this is like kind of an important game. It is by the Bakers, who most famously did Apocalypse World, but have done a number of other quite influential games as well. It's a game full of mini games, essentially, in a way that feels like Yozeba chapters, but condensed so that you do multiple of them per session. It's somewhere between a move in a game and a Yozeba chapter. It occupies a space between those. You do a bunch of them and then you finish your session. I'm kind of desperate to play this game because there's a game that I am sort of on and off designing right now that really wants to be Yozeba's, and I would really like it not to be. That sounds like way too much work. Hopefully, it can be Firebrand's.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. After that, we return to our game, our god theme, with little gods who hide on street corners, which is about small guardians who embody the flavors and whims of a big city. Essentially, one person's newcomer, everybody else is gods. It's
Wow,
you'd
cool.
call it world building, probably.
Yeah, okay.
It's cool.
We
Yeah.
like create little gods that populate the world.
Yeah. Then there's Fishbones, which is a fishing game. I can't decide for sure if we want to play this scaled down version or if we want to play the big boy that it's being adapted from. But either way, it's a game that would have combat, but instead it's fishing.
I
So
love
that'll be
I
fun.
love tone fishing. One of my favorite
No,
things.
Otto, none of this is my art. These are all art pieces pulled from the games themselves. So, well, I mean, 90% of it. Like one in every 20 of these is like Kurt made something himself. Most of it is just me reformatting things to fit the awkward shape that I decided all of these should be shaped as. Most of them are not me drawing. Not like 90% of them are not me drawing. I do make art, though. You'll mostly find it in my games these days. Florilegium was after that. That's exciting. I played that one already. Tested it out. Saw if my sheet worked. It mostly did.
Ooh, cool.
Have you ever heard of Ars Magica, Anthony?
No.
Big, elaborate, what the
Uh,
heck, why is there so much going on here role-playing game
no, I haven't.
um, in which you have like it's not a coven of magi, but like a self-contained community supporting one magi, because in the world of Ars Magica, magic is a ponderous thing that takes years and years to do. It's almost analogous actually to Seven Part Pact
Okay, yeah,
in
yeah.
that respect, which is a J Dragon game for those of you who aren't familiar with that one. In development, crazy looking game, absolutely unreal
Looks
looking game.
wild.
I shouldn't get into that tangent. But in short, Ars Magica is a game that inspires so many people with the idea of magic as like key words that become something, that take a lot of effort, that take a whole community of supporting this weird academic approach to it. But it's also kind of too much.
Yeah.
It's just like, who has the time to learn the amount of rules that Ars Magica has? So Florilegium is sort of a spin on what that game sets out to do. And I suppose that's probably enough little spoilies so far.
Ooh, okay, that's it, folks.
We could do more. We could do more. We
Well,
could.
give us one more,
Sure.
because I've already clicked this slide.
no problem. Off-Worlders is going to be a science western, which is one of my favorite little genres to play with. You've seen it in games like Firefly. I like that games like this take the idea of a frontier, which is really what makes a western interesting, and then decouples it from the sort of colonialist trappings, but maybe still keeps some of the fun, like cowpoke imagery. I think you can a little bit have the best of both worlds, but also, you know, you're still playing in the same pond. So interesting little premise. I've never played Off-Worlders. I am eager to try it out because much like the weird Western game that we played last year, Gun and Slinger, Off-Worlders seems like it'll be kind of you know, that probably didn't come through at all. But I
No.
was whistling. I
You
was
give us
whistling.
a little Western sting. Is that what you did?
Hmm. What is it called? That famous song from the Clint Eastwood series, A Fistful of Dollars, etc.
Yeah. Is there
Golden gold is in it.
gold is in it?
Someone at home right now or in the future watching the VOD is absolutely screaming. Why did you stay for this part of the VOD, folks? This is I mean, I'm glad you like our company, to be honest with you.
But it is wild.
Yeah.
This overlay we have says secret pre-stream, but and that seemed like it was going to be all we ever needed it to say. But here we
Yeah.
have a secret post stream.
Never before has it become a secret post stream, and yet here we are.
And yet here we are.
The ecstasy of gold is the piece that I was thinking of.
Ecstasy of gold. Wow, actually, I've never heard of that. I don't think.
It's it's really something. It's a beautiful piece. Yeah, Otto, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I love the good, the bad, and the ugly. Guys, I'm pretty sure that Amanda is live over there, so why don't we all head over there and go hang out with Amanda, and Kurt and I will sign off for tonight after our little sneaky preview of the games we are going to play. Sound good, Kurt?
Yeah, looks like she is live, so thanks for joining us again, folks. Thanks for joining us if you're watching in the future. Thanks for joining us if you're watching us in the past. Wait, hold on.
Whoa! Thank you so much for
And on that
joining
note,
us.
are we going to write raids you'll enjoy into
Raid,
Amanda's
please,
chat?
if this is the only time you do it, please write raids you'll enjoy into Amanda's chat. I'm gonna type it in here just so we have it. There we go.
I've done it.
You. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, actually, I just had such a fun time tonight, and
Such a nice
it
time.
just brightens the whole experience to have everybody in chat and playing along. Let's head over to Amanda's stream. Thank you
Yeah,
all for joining us.
we appreciate you. Kisses.
Bye. I actually
Bye.
don't know how raids work. Do I have to wait for the countdown to go down? I think I do.
I'm gonna click leave, but
Okay.
I'm not the one who's got a stream,
Bye.
so
Head on over.
I actually don't know what button you have to push. You've done it before.
I
I
usually
know you
just
have.
time it perfectly so that that by the time we're ready to say goodbye, the countdown is gone.
Oh, gotcha. Very sneaky, very clever. Simply didn't know that functionality. Whoa, it's actually wild seeing full screen Amanda, having only seen tiny little
So
part of
much
screen Amanda.
Amanda.
So much Amanda. This is what we're all here for.
Such a long countdown.
Yeah, what did you set it for? 12 minutes?
Yeah, you know, classic. 12 minutes of just getting excited to raid Amanda.
Yeah. You gotta
Let's
hype
get
up.
hyped. This is going to be the best cozy stream you have ever seen. My friend Amanda's doing this stream, and Amanda is 10 times the streamer I am. So if this is passable, you're going to probably enjoy what's going on over there.
That
And
sounds about right.
that's a promise.
Did you know that Amanda's been streaming even longer than we have? By like at least 3 months.
Okay, now we're
Probably
raiding.
long.
Wait, I don't know. I think I did this wrong 100%, but all right. Bye. And to the YouTube folks, thanks for joining us, and we will see you later.